Welcome to Mooncast Shadow. I'm gonna get a comment posted and then let's see. Can I pin it? Pin this comment. There we go. Okay. Welcome to Mooncast Shadow. We're in the new moon of the flower cycle. So I've got some pretty flowers in honor of the flower cycle. Hi Josh, hi the Bee Charmer. Hey, welcome. Thank you both for being here. I'm really excited about tonight because this is the final live, as you both know, before my shop opens tomorrow. And yeah, it's kind of a little bit of a, not a restart, but like a fresh beginning, planting new seeds today. So yeah, let's see. So the last cycle, throughout the pink moon cycle, my focus was kind of showcasing my actual products. I'm still going to be working with every phase. I'm still going to be working with the tools that I offer for that phase, but I'm not going to be so like, here's how it's packaged, and anyway, so yeah. But I'm going to start out with a cleansing, because that is how I like to begin my rituals, by setting my space. Oh, just a heads up. Hi Judy, welcome. Thank you for being here. If anybody were to accept the gift with their first purchase of a free bottle of matches, it'll be these ones with the green strikers, or whatever that's called. I have my own jar that's pink, and I swear that when I ordered from the wholesale site I ordered from, it said that there was going to be many colors, but they all came green, so that's what people get. Green's good. Hi Aunt Tammy, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let's see. Why? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Sorry, I'm getting joining on the computer. I got a new computer. I got it. I think I told on the last live that I had ordered it, but I have it now. And apparently it's easier to log into this or join this from the computer now. Anyway, okay, candle is lit. Why are my comments not coming through on here? Okay, that's okay. Hi Mama, welcome. Thank you for being here. Oh my gosh. Yay, thank you so much for being here. Macquarie family cousin. Yay, you made it. I appreciate you being here so much. Okay, so welcome to Mooncast Shadow. We are in the new moon of the flower cycle, new moon phase of the flower cycle. And so the moon was at 0% illumination at 4:51 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And here over where I'm at, it rose at 6:06 a.m. and set at 8:56 p.m. or will be setting at 8:56 p.m. If anybody who's not where I'm at would like me to add your location to where I say the moonrise and moonset times, let me know. Okay, so got my candle lit. Okay, I'm gonna do little cleansing of the space to start out. I've got the Celestial cleansing kit. So using blue sage, which my cat was trying to eat earlier. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. It's like, I don't know if calmer is the right word, but like it's just more subtle, than white sage. And then I'm gonna burn some redwood cedar, which is not true cedar. Which I learned from somebody who's here tonight. Thank you, Macquarie family cousin. No, it was Tinkerbell. It wasn't Gypsy. It was my other cat, Tinkerbell. She was... So, when I was, checking, when I was checking my inventory and I got to the juniper, quite a bit of the actual juniper was... Or, the little bits of it were at the bottom of the bag that the juniper ones came in. And so I put it all into a cup for simmer pots or burning or whatever, something to do something with it later. And Tinkerbell was like trying to eat it. I looked it up and it's not good for cats. So fortunately I saw her try to do that and put it up where she can't get to it. But today she was like biting at the lavender and the juniper and the blue sage. I don't know. I don't know what's up with that, but silly kitty. Oh, you love yours, Aunt Tammy, your the blue sage? My dear sweet Aunt Tammy was one of the lucky few who got the 10% off discount on my pre-launch sale last week, and she got a celestial cleansing kit, so she got some blue sage. Oh my gosh, the cedar smells so good. Okay, so I'm gonna set the Celestial Cleansing Kit aside. My husband just got me a few days ago this is my new moon necklace, but it's labradorite. I can't get a good view while I'm showing it, so I don't know if it got a good show of the shine, but or the like glow. Oh yay! Thank you, Aunt Tammy. I'm so glad that you're joining the ritual more fully. Okay, so I mean, obviously I'm wearing a piece, but tonight I am working with labradorite, which that shine is kind of like a glow. That shine is called labradorescence. Wish I could get it without the reflection. Oh yeah. Sorry. And yeah, I'm not the greatest at explaining it, but the light is like, it goes in and it reflects off of like the I have it written down. Well, it's called lamellar twinning. Can't remember what the structure is. Anyway, it like reflects off of the wall, the like inner walls of the stone. That's not proper terminology, but that's okay. And then it shines out, and that's how it gets that unique, like really cool. It's kind of like a glow, I feel like. But yeah. So labradorescence, I mean labradorite, which is the mind path stone of the new moon in the Mooncast Shadow kits. And then also shungite, which it's a very protective stone, and I feel like I feel like I needed this one's energy more today. It's got fullerness, which is it's only found naturally occurring in a few spots in the world, and one of them is shungite. It's a really light, like super surprisingly light for what it looks like. Which fullerness is hollow carbon molecules. I'll remember this stuff better as the cycles go by, but oh my gosh, hi Aunt Leanne, thank you so much for being here. Welcome. Yay. Oh yeah, Mom, almost holographic. That's a good way to describe the labradorescence. Yeah, Josh, I love labradorite too so much. I've been working with this particular piece for a really long time. Why did my light get darker on my phone? No. Josh, can you bring me a phone cord, please? I would have sworn. Actually, never mind. So, okay, sorry guys. I don't even understand how my battery got so low, but give me just a second. I gotta plug in. There we go. I'm so sorry. I like could have sworn that I made sure that that wasn't the case, but obviously not. Anyway. Yeah, Aunt Tammy is one of my favorites too. What did I do? Oh, there it is. Let's see if I can get it good. Well, sorry. Okay, anyway. Okay, so, I'm gonna go ahead and commence with the actual ritual now. I've decided, since, like I was saying earlier, I don't know who all was in here at that point, but, like, throughout the pink moon cycle, I was kind of showcasing everything, so I was, like, unboxing it and showing how it would be packaged and stuff. I'm kind of moving away from that and just really more focusing on the ritual and the phases. So I'm not going to be I'm not going to be taking things out the way that they'll be in a kit that's sold. I'm just going to use my own of the ones that I have my own bottles of. I'm just going to use my own bottles of the botanicals. So the spirit kit, spirit path, for the new moon uses star anise. I can get a piece out. Super cool. It's a seed. This is the star part is like the seed pod that holds the actual seeds. Let me see if I can get here's one that's more open. You can see the seeds in there. Really pretty. I love the smell of licorice. I think it smells so good. Oh, and you know, actually I forgot until right now that I was gonna do this, but last new moon, I'd noticed that the smell of the star anise was really overtaking the smell of the mugwort. So this time I'm gonna start with the mugwort and give it a minute and like kind of take in that smell a little bit before I add the star anise. It certainly doesn't have to be an exact amount, but there is a specific volume that is in the kits, and I'm gonna just go with that volume, which is 2 tablespoons. Roughly. I'm more careful about it when I'm actually doing it for the kits, but okay, that's good. I'm stirring it clockwise. It might look backwards to you guys, or yeah, it does. But anyway, I'm stirring it clockwise, which is like attraction of something, manifesting, like as I'm planting the seed tonight for my business launch, for the beginning of my business. But anyway, yeah, it's the new moon, so we're planting seeds. So I'm stirring. I'm gonna move the candle because this is working with the pot is really awkward, trying to not get burned. I'll move it back at some point probably, but Okay, anyway, so yeah, I'm stirring clockwise for inviting energy, manifesting energy, abundance. Counterclockwise is generally used for like banishing, getting rid of things. I really wish that the comments would catch up on my computer so it'd be easier to read. But that doesn't appear to be the plan. Yeah, really cool looking. You're talking about I'm guessing you're talking about the star anise. Sorry, I haven't been, the top of my computer is like just blocking the bottom of the comments on the phone, which is where they're coming in from the bottom. So it's kind of critical if I'm gonna have the computer here at all that I can see the comments on it. Anyway, I was gone sharing, I think Star of Anise would make a beautiful necklace with a few other berries and such. Oh, I love that idea. Yeah, I like that idea a lot. I agree. Let's see. I like the mugwort. It's very earthy, very very grounding smell. I'm not gonna lie, I don't usually use mugwort in simmer pots. I do use it for spell work sometimes, but I think I have used it in simmer. I mean, obviously I have for new moon simmer pots since I like curated this system, but my cat Tinkerbell is being a menace again. Okay, so oh, you want to join Tinkerbell? No, okay. Now I'm gonna add the star anise. Oh, it smells so good. I love it. Let's see. Okay. Star anise smells like yeah, it does. It does. It's very licorice like smell. Okay, B Charmer said my cat just walked in yelling at me and jumped on my lap. It's crazy cat hour apparently. Yeah. Silly kitties. Okay. Okay, I don't think that. Oh, I don't think I know what I'm doing. Okay, where do I go from here? I am going to, I know people don't appreciate silence in lives. A lot of people don't. But I am going to take a moment, just to focus, and I invite you all to do the same, to focus on the, seeds, or it doesn't have to be multiple, but it's what I'm planting, my intentions that I'm planting on this new moon. What I hope to see manifest throughout this moon cycle. So yeah, I'm just gonna take a moment again, I invite you all to do the same. I am excited, because of course I don't know. It's been the past few moon phases. I've been planting seeds for this business, that is launching tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, I don't know, I'm so grateful, and I absolutely feel like no matter where things go from here, like, this adventure is a success. It doesn't matter if I never make another sale. Of course, that would hurt my ego and whatnot, but anyway, like, this is a success. This building this, and all the energy that I've put into something that I care so much about. I very first ever started Mooncast Shadow like 4 or 5 years ago, and it was like it was not very well executed. It was not very well thought out. I just wanted to do it, and I did it, and it was I started doing lives on the quarter phases of the moon. Hi Ariana, welcome. It's okay, you're here right on time. Speaking of the beginning, my best friend Ariana was the spark of this whole vision. She's the one who said the words to me that got me to believe that I could do something, and I didn't know what I was doing, like I was just saying. Yeah, I work with the moon closely, and I know that not everybody feels as deep of a tie. Like, some people feel much stronger calling to the ocean than I do. I do love the ocean, and I definitely feel power and energy, and I do feel called to it, but not as strongly as some people. And some people feel more strongly called to the mountains, or the so many different pieces of this beautiful universe that we've been planted in. For me, the biggest thing is the moon, the stars, the night sky, the celestial, that whole deal. But the moon, I feel like, especially has such a draw and a power. And I feel like, regardless, even if that's not your thing, like the thing that calls you the strongest, I do believe that it affects us all to some degree. And so yeah, I'm gonna talk a little bit about my beliefs on how the moon affects us. I feel like this 3D existence that we're doing here, like, I believe that we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. And in this human experience, in this 3D world, I feel like the 3D world is a representation of the spirit reality that is going on, if that makes sense. And with the moon, I feel like there's a really clear, the representation is really clear to me, at least for what I believe is going on. And with the light, like the illumination, I believe that we receive energy. I believe that the moon sends amplification to our energy with its illumination. So if you follow, that's why part of why following the moon cycle is really helpful to me, because it helps me know when it's a good when I'm going to have that amplification to help me take big actions. Like in the waxing gibbous phase is a great time for big action. Or when it's a time that it's really important that I rest, like in the waning crescent phase towards the end of the cycle. And I also believe that what we see the moon do to the tides, to the water of our planet, how we have spring tides during the new moon and the full moon, which is when the water is pulled the hardest, and we have the highest high tides and lowest low tides during the spring tides at the beginning and the middle of the cycle, and the new moon and the full moon. And let's see. Yes, see, and Ariana says that it's huge for her menstrual cycle, and yeah, it's a powerful tool. I agree. And yeah, like I feel like it's hard. It would be hard to make an argument that it has no effect on us at all. But like, yeah, cycle tracking, our personal cycles, tracking those. If you track the moon too, the moon cycles, usually there's some lineup there. But yeah, so with what I was saying with the tides, like, I feel like that is a physical world representation of how the moon is affecting our emotions. I believe that we have the biggest pushes and pulls on our emotions during the new moon and the full moon. And that, so part of what has gone into the system I've curated, and will continue to refine, and work, yeah, there will be a continuous flow through the movement of Mooncast Shadow. But anyway, the system is kind of based on this, that when, like, during the new moon, so based on what I just said about the energy with the illumination and the emotions with the tides, during the new moon, that would mean that we have close to no amplification to our energy being sent to us, at least from the moon. But also we have a strong push and pull on our emotions. So to me, that means it's a really important time to, like, it's important to rest and to, like, not be too critical on ourselves. Because if I don't have energy to, I don't know, do something that I maybe think I should be doing, or, just do something to get out of the house, out of my mind, out of my, mind, out of a funk. And my emotions are heightened. I feel like that's a trap for a really bad spiral, that I've been in a few times. Not always probably just because of the moon, but, yay, thank you for sharing, Ariana. Oh yeah, I haven't even said it once, but, I would really love it if anybody would be willing to share this, especially if you share it publicly while I'm live. Then you get entered for a gift in the next scheduled live, which will be on April 23rd for the first quarter moon. But yeah, oh man, I was saying something, wasn't I? Oh, thank you, Beach Charmer. Oh yeah, in the new moon, like, and regardless of how you feel like that affects you, or how you feel like that should look in your life, having low energy and high emotions, that's for absolutely a personal journey and for you to work with. And it's okay if you don't feel the same way about working with it as I do. But then, like, at the full moon, you're getting lots of energy, and your emotions are really high, which I think that's a big part of what, like, how lunatic is comes from the moon, and like people say, and I've heard from multiple people who've worked in like retirement homes or other settings with lots of people, that there's just something a little wild on the full moon. People get a little wild, and I think there's that restlessness of having so much energy amplified at you, and your emotions are really being pushed and pulled really hard, you know, get really heightened emotions, and that's a recipe for some wildness. Which is part of why the Mooncast Shadow ritual kits for the full moon phase, part of the focus is calming our energies as we work with the full moon. Thank you, McQuarrie family. I'm so sorry. I know Colt's name, but I don't know I'm thinking that I don't know if you're both here, if it's just you, lovely lady, but I'm really sorry, but I don't know what your name is. I would love to, though, if you would share it with me. I'm sorry. Yeah, nursing home. Yeah, like, exactly. Like, yeah, Ariana just said she worked in a nursing home for 8 years, and lunatics is a real thing. That's how you were convinced. You're not the only person who's said that to me. And yeah, I know that since over the years that I have been, and it's been longer than even the 4 years since I originally tried to do Mooncast Shadow, but for all the years that I've been working with the moon, you know, paying attention to the moon and tracking how I cycle with the moon and stuff, like I notice it myself. Like I get wild. It's easier to handle when I pay attention to it and do certain, you know, there's certain things, even not just the rituals, but there's other things in my life that I can do to help ease my wildness. But yeah, so yeah, that's kind of my spiel on what I think is going on with the moon. Of course, I'm gonna be doing these lives every quarter phase, so I'll definitely talk more about it and different parts of it and get deeper into it over time as time passes. But sorry, I keep looking over there. My cat is still being a silly little cat. But yeah. So thank you all for listening to me talk about the moon. I guess that's kind of why you're here. Okay. So, oh God, I just love the smell, the licorice smell of the star anise. Okay, anyway, I am, I'm gonna pull a card, but you just have to let me cycle through my brain for a moment to remember where I put the book for the deck that I'm using this cycle. Got it. Okay, sorry, just a second. Okay. Oh, you're so welcome, Alien. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, okay. Sorry, my flowers are on top of my deck. So this this cycle I'm gonna be working with this deck. It's called the Goddess Tarot. This, not this copy, the original copy that I had was compromised, and at the time I was not powerful enough. I don't know if that's the right word to put to it. I didn't have the, I wasn't able to or willing to even try to cleanse it. Some yeah, I don't know, some dark energy got involved with it. Anyway, yeah, so anyway, the point, this is the very first tarot deck that I ever had. Not, again, not this copy, but it was this tarot deck. So I felt like for the opening cycle of my business would be that it would be appropriate to use my very first ever tarot deck. I have worked with this deck a lot. That when I very first got it, I was just all off in intuition. I never really used the book back then. I mean, not never, but I didn't rely on it as much as I do now. I've done some things that have kind of messed with that intuitive ability, or I don't know how it all works, but I do know that I don't feel as strong of an intuitive reading with tarot cards right now as I did when I very first got my first deck. But anyway, I've worked with a copy of this deck a lot, probably more than any other deck at this point. Maybe not my Triple Goddess deck, but anyway, but I haven't, my point, it was that, oh, I'm gonna take the card that just jumped out. Ooh. So it's Isis. Which okay, hold on. I'm gonna open the book and then I'll hold it up while I'm reading. So if you're familiar with like a standard tarot deck, or you know, ones that are based on the Rider-Waite Rider-Waite-Smith, let me know if you want to hear the story about why it's actually Rider-Waite-Smith. But anyway, if the cards of that deck, the one would be the Magician. I'm sorry, hold on one second. I'll be right back, I promise. I'm sorry. Oh. Okay, yeah. So anyway, one would be the Magician, not Isis in the standard, or what's, I guess, the most traditional at this point, tarot cards. But so Okay. The great Egyptian fertility goddess Isis is a potent symbol of the academic transformation suggested by this card. She alone was the processor of the secret name of Ra, the Egyptian ruling god, giving her unlimited magical powers. Meanings: a growing awareness of the magic within yourself, a yearning to grow beyond perceived limitations. You are able to transform your life through the strength of your originality and power. All you need to do is own it. Renewed creativity and vigor. Reverse is a need to control and secrecy. So yeah, I'm loving that card. Pretty glad it jumped out, and I think it's a good one for the first pull with this deck in this flower moon cycle. Okay, so it's a little bit wider than my other decks, and it just barely fits into the box that I keep the working deck in, but that's okay. These are my flowers to honor the flower moon. They're pansies, which these pansies were given to me by an attendee of my grandmother's memorial. Pansies were my grandma's favorite flower. So yeah, happy flower moon. Okay, now I am going to pull, I'm going to do the drawing from last week's entries. Oh, okay, before I begin this week's drawing, everyone who's here, I just want to throw out a reminder. I don't know for sure if anyone's in here who wasn't when I said it before, but if you share this while I am live, so like now or in the next, I'm gonna guess 5 to 10 minutes, then that will give you an entry to next week's live drawing, which will be on the 23rd, which I think is a Thursday. I'm not certain though, but okay, so anyone who has been, anybody who was here last week knows, on the third quarter moon, knows this, and, but anyway, this drawing is for an extra special gift. Tomorrow would have been my sister's 29th birthday, but would have been. So, unfortunately, can't give her a gift, so I'm giving a really extra special gift to somebody who entered last week. Oh, that's so sweet, Mama. If I pull your name and gifting it to Aunt Tammy, that's very sweet. But yeah, okay, so also I wanted to let everybody know that this next week's drawing that you can enter right now by sharing one live, which I think actually most of you have. I'm not certain how many people are in here. It doesn't show me on my, well, maybe I can see on my computer. Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, it's not gonna be an integrated kit, which is the mind path and the spirit path. But rather than just the ritual essentials that the drawing is usually for, next week's gift is going to be a Mind Path kit or a Spirit Path kit, which means it will include either the mineral filled pen if you choose Mind Path kit, or a 4-ounce borosilicate jar, what I'm calling the spirit jar, if you choose the Spirit Path kit. Yeah, so just a heads up to everybody. Okay, so I got a couple names in here of people who shared. Oh, I'm gonna actually explain that really quick too before I do the drawing. I have changed the logic of the entries. It was just there's a few reasons. One of which being it was too difficult for me to keep up with, and this will make it easier. But also I just think it's more fair because everybody can't always make it to every live, and I get that. So anyway, now rather than only getting a second entry for sharing a post, if you share the live, you can get up to 2 entries, one for sharing a post, one for sharing the live. So if you only share one or the other, you get 1 entry. If you share both, you get 2 still. But yeah, that's how I'm going to do it from now on. But this is the last one where it's your second entry. Anyway, these are the people with second entries. I'm not going to read their names twice, but I'm going to go through and say everybody who's entered. Ariana Ebony Jenkins, Grammy Tammy, Joan Rutherford, Josh Tree, Starve the Shame, Car Webb, and the Bee Charmer. Okay. I have too much fun doing that. Okay, I'm gonna look away. I'm gonna look this way. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure this is on the camera. Okay. And then I'm gonna look away. And then what we got? The Bee Charmer. Are you still in here, Bee Charmer? I'm hopeful that you'll accept this gift since you didn't accept the last one. But if you're not going to, will you let me know now so I can pull another name? Please do, but... Woo! Okay, never mind. I've made, hopefully your celebratory faces mean that you will accept this one. That darn delay. Sometimes it's agonizing. Waiting. Yay! Okay, yes. Awesome. Yes, congratulations. Fabulous. Oh, let me mark that you won. And okay. Okay, just one more time. I'll give anybody who hasn't shared the chance to share this while I'm still live, because once this live ends, the entries end for next week's drawing. And I'm sure there's nobody in here who wasn't when I said it a minute ago, but I'll just also throw out a reminder that next week's gift will also be a special gift. It'll be either the complete mind path or complete spirit path of any phase. And yeah, thank you all so much for being here. So obviously I'm planting the seed of a whole vast business, whole business that I post these to YouTube, so I try really hard not to let any swears get out. But anyway, yeah, obviously I'm planting the seed of a whole new business venture. My door is open tomorrow. I would love it if you would just even check it out. Not necessarily buy anything if there's not, I don't want anybody to buy anything they don't want. So please don't just make a purchase to support me. But if you see something you want and you purchase it, it does support me. So, that's cool. But yeah, please feel encouraged to check it out. And, I hope to see you all again on the 23rd, or if not then, on some moon phase in the future. And I love you all. And remember, the moon guides us, the ritual grounds us, together we align.